Yay.
I assume that we're going to have everybody. Well, or I assume Rob's going to be here in a minute since he was at the last one. Looks like we're not recording.
Oh, we are.
Oh, okay.
I have the host's power. I can see it.
Oh, I see it now. So I feel like something about my UI changed, but
Hey, Rob.
I haven't heard I'm not coming from Gretchen, or I haven't seen it. So I think she will be here shortly too.
I missed like the first half hour of that previous meeting. Was it useful for people? Sad it wasn't. I don't think it was recorded, was it?
Have we heard anything from Dan one way or the other about today? I just looking over at 6 after.
Yeah, I think Dan said he wouldn't make it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess let's go ahead and get started since we're at 6 after. Gretchen, can we start with analyst updates?
Yep. The main update / question is I did finally go through all the EPA URLs and assign tags to them. I need to edit one list of tags because I didn't make it unique from the other list, and they do have different meanings. But at least one list of tags has been generated. And Rob, thanks for bearing with me for all of that. And also, I did notice that in the CSV outputs generated this morning that the EPA tags didn't make it into that, and so I was just wondering if it was. Anyway, so question about that to see if the CSVs could be generated from those tags specifically for the EPA ones, and the 2L domain works for the others, which is great. And then so that's the main one, and then the other just kind of generally so people know what are the current priorities and in the analyst team. A lot of work on the especially Rob has done a lot of work on the kind of shutdown. Looking mostly at NOAA, and about a third of the NOAA sites redirected to a notification rendering them completely unavailable during the shutdown. But then some other sites as well, like data.gov was down, regulations.gov. So we're putting together a report, not exactly in the typical website monitoring fashion, but kind of, more, a broader report than that, somewhere between the 100 days report style and the web monitoring report style. So that's ongoing. The SageRefs blog, after some talks with the report writing team, we think it actually might be compelling as an op-ed. And so I'm going to try to work on adjusting it to be more like op-ed style and see if we could get it published as an op-ed. And then the term analysis that Eric is leading is kind of the other main area of focus right now. And then the other thing that I'm working on is starting to put together some synthesis docs that will lead into larger reports on the kind of 5 topical focus areas for the year. Anyway, so that's just kind of more an update of the overarching view. That's about it.
Very good. And I don't know, I think Rob probably missed the verbal of your questions. You know what? Actually, I suppose we were supposed to actually.
Talked about my connection seems a little bit better right now. I was on and then it kicked me off, and I was on, it kicked me off, and I was on, it kicked me off about 5 times. So,
Oofed. Sorry to hear that. I kind of didn't really set this at the outset, but one of the things we talked about last time is to try to, I just fell into the old rhythm, and we talked about trying to structure this more like what we were doing with the All Edgy meetings, where sort of we ask questions. And I basically just asked you to do it the old way, so that was my bad. I will say for my dev update, this is kind of funny. So I put on there that I was blocked on this raw version thing, or that I could use some input on it. I kind of had a cardboard programmer space conversation to myself on GitHub this morning that I think I may have actually got myself unstuck. It might be useful for Rob just to take a peek at that and see if it sounds like I'm going in a reasonable direction. But I think I already got myself unstuck. This is really not a very big PR that I've been working on, so there's not that much space to get lost in it. Hopefully.
Good. I'll try and take a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna push another commit to it. That's sort of like in my suppositional direction. And that's all I have.
Yeah. I think everything I have is written down, so I don't know that I have anything special to note other than the cheats went out with all the stuff because I didn't have time after I got home from work super late yesterday.
Okay, and I see some questions from Kevin.
Yeah, I can talk. So there's this report from Climate Central that they they did a report on vulnerable data sources. So they kind of did like some of what archiving has been wanting to do. And I linked to Kelsey's notes because she read through it and gave a really great summary. If people just want to look at that. But the important question was, it's marked as confidential, and I was wondering, because we want to share it with the S2AC folks, because the workshop that we're having in the spring is exactly about identifying vulnerable and valuable data sets or data sources. And so this report has done some of that work and we wanted to share with them. So I was wondering if anybody here like has any history of this report, Climate Central, and why it's marked confidential, and if we can share it with them. Maybe Gretchen.
I think it's a question for Tolley. He was really the only one active in the Climate Central partnership, but because it appears as though the report was written specifically by Climate Central, like it's not up to us to distribute it without explicit approval by them. So I would say like a hard no on that, except if we get approval from them.
Okay.
Which report is that?
It's linked. It's let's see. The name of it is called. It's Risks to Federal Information Resources that Support Climate Science and Policy. It was done back in June 2018.
Oh yeah, I think Gretchen's right. That's not our IP.
What's that mean? It's not. Oh, our IP.
That's not our intellectual property. We don't own it.
We should probably actually pull that out of the public notes doc.
Okay. I'll just check in with Tolley and maybe he can give me a contact and I'll move forward from there. Thanks.
I just deleted that link from the doc since since we distribute these notes publicly. Okay. Well, I think that answers that. gosh, this makes for a pretty fast meeting. Oh, chat is also saved. Chat is saved. Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't know what to do with the chat either. That can be an action item for me to see if I can look up, or if somebody else is more familiar with.
Well, the chat's not, we just copy it into the docs, so we don't copy the link back into the docs. The chat is like in Zoom, and I can delete that.
Oh, good. So that's not automatically saved.
It's not
That's
posted anywhere public. The chat.
It doesn't get added to the YouTube description. I thought it did.
No, it doesn't. It was something that PetCon tried to work on, but that never happened.
Great.
Well, that's actually a wonderful absence of that feature in this case. So, okay. Well, I mean we just ran through that. If anybody has any other things they would like to raise at this time, or if you feel like we haven't discussed something adequately, this is your opportunity. Okay. In that case, have your time back, and I'll catch you all on Slack.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. See you.